Hey Ms. Gia's class, welcome to your video for today, Wednesday, June 10th. Now, for science class, we've been talking a lot about materials, the things that those materials make, and whether those materials are natural or if they are man-made. So, for this class, I'm going to read you a story called The Messy Magpie. Now, in that story, you're going to see a lot of different objects, or a lot of different things. What I'd like you to do is, while you are listening to the story, I want you to write or draw at least one thing in every square. Because here the squares have materials. So paper or card, metal, plastic, glass, wood, fabric. So I want you, as you listen and you watch the story, to write or draw, but I think you guys can try to write, at least one example from the story of an object that you make with this material. For example, what do you see that is made with metal? What do you see that is made with plastic? Okay, so if you want, you can listen to the story one time and then watch the video again, or you can do this activity at the same time as you listen to the story. Whatever floats your boat, whatever you like. Okay, so here we have the story of the Messy Magpie. So a magpie is a type of bird. And let's see what it says. It's often been noted as years have gone by that magpies collect all the things that they spy. They love all things colorful, shiny, and bold, no matter how tiny, no matter how old. So these birds like to collect things they see. They don't care if it's small, they don't care if it's old. Okay, and then what do they do with those things? Morris the magpie's the same, it would seem, as he loves to pick up any objects that gleam. He takes them all home to his nest in a tree, to make it look special for others to see. So what does he do with the things that he finds? That's right, he takes them home to his nest and he decorates with them. So he puts a CD, he put a watch here, he put a little pull tab from a soda can maybe, toothbrush, glasses. So friends, these are all examples of things you can put in your worksheet. You can say, I know what this is made of, and use it as an example. Or what do we use to make a comb? I don't know, you tell me. You can put it in your worksheet. Now, one day, young Morris was struck by surprise when a gift was thrown down right in front of his eyes. As it flew from a car, Morris said, "Could it be that this human has given a present to me?" What do you think, guys? Did this human give him a present? What are they doing? What did this human do? Yeah, he threw the soda out of the car. Is that a good thing to do? Would you do that? No, we shouldn't throw garbage out of our car. There's places where we put garbage, but outside of our car is not the place to put our garbage. He swooped down to pick up the beautiful gift, which was hard to maneuver and heavy to lift. He carried it home, though it took him all day. Then he cleaned up his present to put on display. He wanted to decorate all that he could, so the next day he went to the edge of the wood. He flew to the place where the gift had been dropped, where he saw that a family of humans had stopped. What are they doing? Yeah, it looks like they were having a picnic. But, uh-oh, look at this next page. He hopped down to search for his gift on the floor, but he noticed that this time they left many more. Shimmering treasures amongst all the green. These gifts were the finest that Morris had seen. Are these gifts, though? No, I think they're garbage. So did these people do a good picnic? Were they responsible? No, they didn't clean up after themselves. That's not very responsible. So Morris thinks they're gifts because he likes to use them to decorate. But we know better, right? We know that we should not leave things like that behind. Each day he returned and he couldn't believe all the wonderful gifts that were left to retrieve. His tree was soon bursting with no space for more. So he started to spread them all out on the floor. The more of these gifts that his human friends threw, the more his collection expanded. So he started at his nest, and then little by little, he's leaving all the garbage he finds. And now look, his collection grew. So let's look at the difference. This is at the beginning. And then it starts to look like this. What is the differences you guys see? Look, here's the first part. And now the second part. What do you see? A lot more garbage. Yup. Look at the water. Look at the color of the river. Look at the color of the grass. The river's kind of gross. The grass is brown. Like, it just looks dark. It doesn't look like a place I want to go. What happens? Then one day, as Morris was sat in his tree, admiring the beauty of all he could see, he noticed that things were now changing below, that the plants were all dying and struggling to grow. The grass was not green like it had been before. The flowers were wilting, not bright anymore. I don't know if you can see this little flower here, but when the flower is wilting, it means that it's bent over. So normally flowers have their face up towards the sun. But when they are wilting, because they are unhappy, their face goes down like this. His animal friends watched in fear and distress, as their homes and their food were soon lost to the mess. Look, the poor otters, they're swimming and they get stuck in the bags. The hedgehog gets stuck inside the olive jar. Oh man, this doesn't look very good. He turned to the stream, which no longer looked blue, but instead had a horrible muddy-like hue. The water was flowing more slowly that day, as the big piles of rubbish were blocking its way. Yeah, so all of the garbage here has collected, and so the water isn't moving like before. "Oh no!" Morris cried as he gasped with alarm. "I never intended to cause all this harm. The forest is damaged. The humans weren't kind. All these gifts were just rubbish that got left behind." Oh, so what does Morris realize? Yeah, he realizes that these things that the humans left, they weren't presents for him. They were just garbage. So poor Morris, he didn't realize that until now. So he thought he was doing something good. But now he sees that it was not something good. The pride Morris felt for his lovely display was soon turning to sadness, regret, and dismay. He adored the collection he'd lovingly built, but his joy had now turned to a feeling of guilt. So he felt really bad because he didn't do it on purpose, right? He vowed to himself he would put it all right. So he leapt off his branch and then quickly took flight. He soared high and low, looking out for a clue that would show him the safest and best thing to do. So what do you guys think is the best thing for him to do? If you were Morris, what would you do? Those are some good ideas. Yeah, well, let's see. He noticed a truck driving past on the road, which was filled with a very familiar load. He followed the truck to see where it would go, feeling hopeful he'd find what he needed to know. What is this truck? What is this symbol with the 3 arrows? Do you know? Yeah, it's the symbol for, up here, recycling. So this truck is a recycling truck. So it's not for garbage. It's for all the things that we can recycle. Like, for example, here it says cardboard. Here it says plastic. Here is the start of aluminum. Morris arrived at a bustling place, which had giant containers and masses of space. Each bin had a sign marking what it was for, and the rubbish piled up, with each car adding more. So I don't think the word rubbish here is the best word. I would say the recycling, because all of these things are going to be turned into something new. That's why we recycle. But where does it go? Whispered Morris, confused. To his shock, a voice said, It gets crushed and reused. A seagull appeared and then said with a sigh, It's amazing what humans can do when they try. That's it, Morris said, and he knew what to do. If I bring it all here, they can make something new. I might need some help, but I must make amends. So he called on a couple of very good friends. So you see they make these cubes, right? And these cubes are all of the different materials squished together. So they squish all of the plastic together, and they squish all of the cardboard together. And then they take it to another place where they can make new things with those products or with those objects. So all of the plastic can get melted down and then they use it to make a new bottle. The cardboard can get scrunched together to make a new piece of cardboard. Same with glass. You can melt glass at very, very, very hot temperatures and make new bottles, right? So recycling is super, super important. They fetched and they carried for most of the night, and they worked as a team till they'd put it all right. When the rubbish was gone, Morris looked all around, at the stream and the flowers, the trees and the ground. He desperately hoped that he'd made enough room for the beauty of nature to once again bloom. He planted and watered and nurtured away till the forest was thriving and growing each day. So look, he asked all of his friends for help, right? That's kind of like when we talked about Stan, the starfish. He also had to ask his friends for help in the end, remember? Same with Morris. He realized that he could not do it by himself. There was way too much stuff to clean. But luckily, he had a lot of friends in the forest who could help him. Then Morris knew nothing would make his heart sing like the colorful beauty that nature could bring. He no longer needed the shiniest nest, and he realized that having a green home was best. So look at his nest now. What did he use to decorate it? Yeah, he used flowers. What do you guys think? Which nest do you like better? His old nest or this new nest? And what about all the animals? Look, they're all happy now. We have flowers. There's Yejun's favorite animal. What is that? It's a fox. Yeah. And look, the river is blue again. So they were able to do it. They were able to fix it. And that, my friends, is the end of the story. So remember, now you can work on this worksheet and try to see what objects in the book are made with these materials. Did you see something that was made of plastic? Or something that was made of wood? Or fabric? If you guys need, you can watch this video again and listen and look at the story again. That's totally okay. So, this has been your science video for this week. I will see you guys in Zoom on tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So, take care, stay warm everybody. It's very cold.